Okay guys, so let's take a look at the Nintendo DSi hardware. Now, here's a side-by-side comparison of the original Nintendo DS and the new Nintendo DSi. And obviously, I don't know about you, but I can see a big difference already. This is just basic, straight, no crazy abstract things. Here, you can see that they're trying to do something, then decided to go with it. And another thing that you can already notice too when you first hold it is that it's thinner. Not by much, but it is a lot thinner, especially when you hold it in your hand. So that's another cool thing. Just showing you from a different angle, this is a basic outline of what it'll all look like, and you can see give a better idea of how thick it actually is. Index finger, about right there. So it's very tiny, I think, and it's very portable, ultra portable. And you have the new power button, and it's pretty cool. You just press it, and it pops on. Hold it down to turn it off. And what I like too about that is when you're in the middle of a game and you want to go back to the main menu, just press it once and it'll take you back. No having to turn it off, restart it. Now on the back side, the biggest thing that I think anyone will realize is that there is no Game Boy Advance slot. None whatsoever. And personally, me being a long-time investor with Nintendo, I can see why there isn't. Because they're trying to keep up with technology and up to date with everything. Game Boy Advance is slowly becoming, it's slowly having the death of what the pager had. Dial-up. The brick phone, cell phone. Stuff like that, it's slowly withering away from society. So, if you still play your Game Boy Advance games, I wouldn't upgrade just yet until if you can think you can rid yourself of that, but until then, this wouldn't be for you. But it's got the same basic layout though as a Nintendo DS Lite. You got your cartridge slot right there, battery door, stylus, and right here on the side you have a cool little door for your SD memory card. I happen to have a 2 gigabyte, and you can load photos, you can load music, you can save downloaded games onto it, and it's just perfect. I think it's a perfect companion. Now if you do have a Game Boy Advance SP or original Nintendo DS, and you use the same charger for both systems, like how I did, you will be a little disappointed because of the fact that it's a new charger. So, I don't know if you're that kind of person, but it's got a new charger. L and R, they're a bit smaller. See, let me see if we can focus in. Oh, that's it. It's not really focused. Compare that though to the back of the old one. Yeah, this gives you a better perspective of how thin it actually is. It's almost another half right there easily. And then on this side, you got volume up and down, and headphone jack, mic, headset if you happen to own one. I believe they use the same ports as they've been since the start of the Nintendo DS line. So I think you should be safe there. I don't personally use those, so I don't really know for sure. And one thing I would like to focus in on is the new middle bar area. You'll notice that instead of like for my original Nintendo DS, I had the mic right there on the bottom. They moved that. They kept that also from the Nintendo DS Lite in the center, and they put a camera. I believe it's a 3 megapixel. Whatever a cell phone has, that's what it has on there, and this front one. And they have a new indicator section. Left one is for wireless, middle one is for if you're charging or not, and the right one is obviously for power. So I think that's pretty cool. Instead of, especially for the original Nintendo DS, like this, you just have two little notches and you're trying to guess, okay, I think that one's for wireless and I think that one must be for charging then. Or something like that, you know what I mean? So I think that's cool how they're just a tiny bit more descriptive on that. Is where this review is important beyond belief. The pros and cons. One thing that I personally like is how thin it is. It's a lot easier to carry around. And at first, I actually used a case for my sunglasses. And I thought it wouldn't fit. Fits perfectly. Not that means anything, it's just to show you how ultra portable it is now. It's more than just a handheld, it seems like now. Another good thing that I like is it's just awesome. I mean, you don't really know how awesome it is until you physically hold one. Because the material that it's made out of, it doesn't feel cheap. Like this, it has some backing to it, so that way it'll make it somewhat feel like it's durable, but without that, this would feel cheap. This feels durable. It's just awesome. Now here's the part that I really, really don't like to get into because I don't like saying negative things about products. The cons. What's not good about it? One thing that I kind of think is a drag. As humans, our hands do get a little oily and greasy every now and then. And especially this, while you're playing this, your hands may get a little greasy. It happens. Don't think you could see that, but see that? A little smudge? Nope. It's just really easy to get this thing smudged, dirty, everything else. And I'm when it comes to new things like this especially, I try to take care of it as much as possible, but that just makes it one more of a challenge for me. I personally don't mind it though, because that just reassures me that it can handle stuff like that, because it hasn't affected its performance, obviously, in any way. So mainly it's just an aesthetic thing. I don't really consider that as a big letdown. So that's just something. Overall, to sum up this review of the hardware for the Nintendo DSi, if I can do this in one word, solid. Doesn't feel like it's going to break, especially when you play it. There are a few flaws, but it's tiny bugs. It's just one of those things that you'll learn to deal with. And many might say that, oh, well, it doesn't have a Game Boy Advance system slot in it. Who cares? It's going to be outdated anyway, so you might as well learn to play without it. So, embrace the new mini cartridge systems. So, thank you for watching. This has only been part one of many for the full official review of the Nintendo DSi. Thanks for watching, everyone. Stay tuned for more.